Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating and frankly disturbing piece on the Zizians, a transcontinental rationalist cult implicated in multiple murders. It's a wild ride, so buckle up.
A rationalist cult? That's a surprising twist. I'm familiar with the general concept of rationalism, but how does that connect to a violent group like this?
That's the million-dollar question. The article argues that while rationalism itself isn't inherently violent, its emphasis on self-improvement, cognitive hacks, and a relentless pursuit of logic can create a fertile ground for extreme ideologies. It's a bit like a pressure cooker. Intense focus and a lack of critical self-reflection can lead to dangerous conclusions.
I see. So the Zizians are essentially a group of rationalists who took these principles to an extreme? What are some of their core beliefs?
Exactly. Their leader, Ziz, developed a complex, almost bizarre, philosophy. She combined radical veganism, considering all potentially sentient life as deserving of human rights, with a hemisphere theory of the mind. She believed that the brain's hemispheres could be debucketed, essentially given independent awareness, and that some individuals possess a good hemisphere, leading to extreme actions in the name of this good.
A good hemisphere? That sounds unconventional, to say the least. And what about the violence? How did their beliefs translate into these murders?
That's where it gets really unsettling. The article details several incidents, from a protest at a Center for Applied Rationality event to a stabbing involving a samurai sword. The common thread seems to be a growing disillusionment with mainstream rationalist institutions and a belief in their own moral superiority, justifying extreme actions to achieve their goals.
So they felt justified in their violence because of their interpretation of their own beliefs? That's a chilling thought. The article mentions other cult-like groups emerging from the rationalist community. Is this a common phenomenon?
The author suggests that the very nature of rationalism, the constant self-doubt, the intense focus on logic, and the susceptibility to persuasive arguments, makes its adherents vulnerable to cult-like dynamics. It's a system that, in its extreme form, can erode a healthy sense of self and critical thinking. The article highlights other examples, like the Leverage Research Group, which had aspirations of taking over the U.S. government. It's a complex issue.
It certainly is. It seems like the article is raising a serious concern about the potential downsides of an unchecked pursuit of rationality, especially within a community that values self-experimentation and intense group dynamics. It's a cautionary tale, isn't it?
Absolutely. The article ends with a powerful point. While the rationalist movement might appear to be a scientifically grounded community, its practical application can veer into New Age territory, with potentially dangerous consequences. It's a reminder that even the most logical systems can be twisted into something harmful.
A very important point to consider. This is a complex story with many layers, and it certainly warrants further investigation. Thanks for breaking it down for us.
My pleasure. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on Tech Bytes and News. We hope you found this discussion insightful, if a little unsettling. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye-bye.